Hey everybody, we're here at Bahler Brothers and Phil Bahler with Pavetool, and he was talking about how, and I'm always talking about how great fuel cells are, or not even fuel cells, but on-site fuel tanks. What were you just getting ready to tell me about those, Phil?
So this was life-changing for our company. We found our guys in the morning, they get loaded up, they leave, and then they sit at a gas station somewhere, and when you got truck and trailer, it's not always instant you can get in. So sometimes you're waiting in line and it takes a long time. We're here, we kind of make it mandatory as you come in, fill up in the evening.
Yeah.
Crews don't come in all at the same time. In the morning, everybody's trying to leave at the same time. Don't fuel up in the morning. Fuel up at night when you come in, get your trucks fueled up so you're all ready for the morning. But we've got, this is split tank, so half is for equipment and the other half is for on-road diesel, so we can save ourselves a little bit of tax money doing it that way.
Man, that's cool. Yeah, that is something I can't wait to have at our own facility. That's great. I'm gonna take a quick run around their yard and maybe sneak inside here real quick, and everybody else is scampering here, so I'm gonna run around. We're gonna do a quick 5-minute shop tour here. So we've got our exterior areas here with pipe and consumables, conduit, all that stuff. We've got our, they use granite here, which is in their region, crushed granite, which is cool. In our area we use limestone, so they get that clean or dense graded. Brand new, who doesn't love it, Cat 3075 with a steel wrist. Well, no, it's Cat with it interchanges with steel wrist stuff, so that's a beautiful machine. They're saying that is the way to go. We got some Bahler trucks here. You saw the interior of that building there with some sales vehicles. We're here in an enclosed building here. Here is the Optimus Paver setter pneumatic. They've got the box there with all the tools and heads in it they need. This is for setting, obviously for setting pavers with less hassle. We'll see one of these, I think, a little later. Some sales vehicles, or hardscape maintenance vehicles here. Let's see what else. We've got a Fisher V plow on this, let's see here. Let's see here, F550, couple trailers. Now, they're not big on trailers because what their philosophy is that they set their trucks up so well that they don't have to leave a trailer on site, which is extra maintenance, extra tires. I mean, you name it, it's extra everything. And so they are big believers in just the trucks having everything they need on them, and that's it. We got the big heavy trucks here for hauling combinations of things like a skid steer and a hoe, or the big excavator. Everything is set up. Everything has, all these trailers has everything it needs on it to get them by. Pipe for, you know, damages, whatever. Buckets sit on top, compactors sit on top, extra attachments, all those things, tools and all that stuff just sitting everywhere. We've got a Boneyard here for some leftover materials. We're gonna another sales vehicle here. They're using a lot of roll-off container trucks. These Fisher plow mounts, these are made by Pavetool. You'll see these in another video here when we tour Pavetool. They got a big F650 here, which is a gorgeous truck. Again, toolboxes, roll down side. This is a roll-off container with fold down mason sides. And then this setup here, you can see this partition right here, so they can put a partition in here to store two different materials and put the scraps in the back and dump it at the end of the day, but keep their bedding material in here. Tools everywhere, stored properly, well laid out. Compactors, rollers, basic tools. Every truck is set up for this, with the exception of that one. This beautiful 650 here with a rollback on it. Again, they're really big. So what they have is they have a crew that does their excavation and prep work for the base, and then they have a crew that comes in and does the actual installation work for pavers, and another crew that does walls. So when those crews show up respectively, all they got to do is build walls, and it's all to a plan, so that they're not worried about trying to set grades and do all that stuff. So what's your guys' philosophy on boneyards and scrap yards for leftover paver materials?
That's a question you're not allowed to ask. That's probably something we struggle with. There's a lot.
Everybody does.
This is small gold here. You know, you got a lot of money sitting here in the boneyard, but when you start adding up your labor, what it costs you to organize it, some of these pallets will stack. We look back in history, some of these pallets you've stacked 3 and 4 times. So you can't even afford really to keep this stuff. It doesn't pay. And yet there's other things that you're using constantly. I think that's kind of, Josh could probably elaborate on that too. Some of the stuff they use continuously over and over, they have a tendency to keep more in stock, or stuff that's onesie twosie things. Yeah, it's not worth saving. We have the room here, so it's on blacktop, so it does make it nice to be able to save it.
Yeah, that's a good point. And I think our policy is pretty much the same as like the stuff we use regularly comes back, but we still end up with more stuff at the shop than I want. But it just, God, it kills you to throw it away. This is a scrap bin, or a bin here for scraps. They call this mafia blocks, by the way. Wood bin there for wood scraps. Shop loader here, Takeuchi. And then a Mechalek here, which I think you'll see in the Pavetool video coming up. I want to show you, they got this, see here, this fabric rack here. And the crews will take what they need fabric wise for a job as prescribed, and they paint out on the lot here the distances, and so they know they need 20 foot of it. They pull it out, cut it, done. Plywood highway there. We've got here some well, I may not be able to get in here, the locker room, which is super cool. Employees, so employees can come lock their stuff. They don't have to have the rest of the facility open. If a crew's running late, everything can be locked up. What a great way to do that, huh? Then we got our back area here, lots of extra tools, just, you know, miscellaneous things here. Pavers, one of their first JCBs they built. Make sure I'm not locked out here. We got a sales truck here getting cleaned and detailed out, looking super good. How you doing? We got catch your good side this time. And we got a roller compactor back here. Check that out. I think it's a DD120, something like that. Some old, well, not old, but they got some compactors. The first Pavetool set up there, an IQ saw. They're going through and revamping and rehabbing everything through the winter. These are their air compressors for their air handler units for setting pavers, dedicated units, even a driver for running spikes, and you'll see their special spike edging. And that's all laid out there real nice. All their saws and blowers and everything come in for the wintertime to get completely gone over and have maintenance done on them, checked out, all that stuff that would be done. We've got the office boardroom kind of deal here for crews to come in. And they've got a insulation board on the walls there that they can tack plans up, sales goals, because crews bonuses are affected by their sales and then their production and their profit. That is super cool. I love that. We'll talk more about that on the Kid Contractor podcast and our YouTube channel. They're rehabbing the entire interior here to be a complete showroom. This was their old showroom here, completely getting redone. Hopefully next year we get by here to do a tour. You'll see all of that part done. We got an exterior display here. Okay, exterior display, all sorts of different colors and options, all sorts of different exterior materials, beautiful areas. We got the roll-off truck down there. Again, all the tools. We've made a complete tour. They turned the waterfalls on for us. Oh, we are so special. Oh, they've been on. Well, now I don't feel so special. I thought that's what you said, Britt. I'm hearing what I want to hear. But what a great display. Isn't that cool? One of the things I thought, one of my first comments when we pulled up was, oh man, they've got pavers at their entrance, and every one of those heavy trucks rolls in over this paver work, and they think this has been in like 15 or 20 years. And look how that sits. Just about perfect with the exception of one corner there. But what a great testament to properly installed pavers, you know, withstanding some crazy loading, you know, those trucks loaded with excavator and the skid steers, and it's all sitting beautifully fine. Needs a clean up, but I mean, that's no big deal. It's a parking lot. So what a cool testament to Bahler Brothers and how well they get things installed.